السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله وعلى الأرواح التي حلت بفنائك عليك مني سلام الله أبدا ما بقيت وبقي الليل والنهار ولا جعله الله آخر الأهد مني لزيارتكم altogether. السلام على الحسين وعلى أولاد الحسين أصحاب الحسين. May Allah inshallah accept our prayers and our amal, our inshallah morning and azah for Abu Abdullah, and reward us for our presence tonight in this majlis. Recite another salawat and gift it to Muhammad wa Ali Muhammad. Alhamdulillah, we thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for this great ni'mah and opportunity that another night, another important situation, we are in the majlis of Imam Hussein alayhi salatu wassalam, and we ask him give us tawfiq to be able to inshallah benefit from this majlis and make it zakhira and reward for this world and hereafter inshallah. We're talking about the topic of reviving deen and religion by diagnosing our false beliefs. Alhamdulillah, we had the tawfiq to talk about the whole topic of deen, the whole topic of beliefs and aqa'id. We dissected our aqa'id, the false beliefs. Last night we talked about the concept of azadari and mourning for Abu Abdullah and Ahlul Bayt. Tonight another important aspect that I'm going to talk about inshallah. Another aspect of deen that false beliefs attacks, superstitions attacks, is the ibadah, worship and ibadi situation. When it comes to recommendations for example, ibadat, salat, mustahab salat specifically, azkar, we have to look for authentic sources in order to make sure that this recommendation, this salat, this zikr came from an authentic source from Ahlul Bayt, and that's what they wanted us to say or to perform. One of the sisters was telling me that she texted another sister and was telling her that, well, you should say this salat or this zikr at 8 o'clock 30 times. She didn't text it properly, and next day she saw her, the lady said, Alhamdulillah, I finished your 830 rakat salat that you told me. It was supposed to be at 8 o'clock 30 salat, for example. The text was not proper, and it went to what? 830. Well, before we do anything, we have to make sure that those rituals, those a'mal, we're not talking about wajibat, salat wajib 5 times. We all know it's in Quran, it's from. We're mostly talking about the mustahabbat, the recommended, ibadat and rituals that we have to pay attention, and we have to look at the sources of those recommendations. In this world, we have 3 different categories about our daily tasks that we do, that we perform, that we take. First category are those categories that you like to do them. You just enjoy to do them. You don't want any specific reason to practice that. You like it, you do it. For example, I like that restaurant, I want to go there to eat. Very good. You like it, you do it. I like to sleep. All right, you like it, you do it. Second categories are things that you analyze, you assess, and you find them beneficial for yourself. For example, working. It's not necessarily about you like it or not. You think about it, you see it's beneficial. Going to school, finishing your education, it's not necessarily about you like it or not. You find them beneficial. You assess, you see, if I study, I get education better future. If I don't study, I'll become homeless probably, right? Second category. Third category are those duties that you should do no matter if you like it or not, no matter if you feel good about them or not. It's the duty you have to do. It's the duty you have to follow. And no one asks you how you feel about it. Do you like it or not? No. It's about your duty. Such as all the laws that we have in the society. Laws and policies at the school. Laws, traffic laws in the society. No one asks you, do you like to observe these rules or not? No, you have to follow them. We call them taklif. We call them wazaif. We call them duties. You should follow them. It's a very important topic. Our wajibat in Islam, salat and other wajibat that we have, they are those from the third categories. They are our duties initially. No one asks you, do you like to pray? Do you feel to pray or not, sweetheart? No. It's your duty. You have to. Initially, you have to pray. No one asks you at a school, sweetheart, do you feel to come at 8 o'clock or 10:30? No one asks you this. This is the policy of the school. You have to come, right? Brother, you're just getting, into this job. Would you like to take 2 months off from the beginning? How do you feel about this? Of course we're like, well, who cares? Who asks us? No one, right? Duty. You accept it, you have to follow. Why? Because sometimes it's not that we all, whatever we like, why wajibat are like those? Why certain things are like those? Number one, why wajibat are not initially from the first category? It's not that whatever you like is good for you. It's not that whatever you don't like, it's bad for you, right? Well, I like that food, I eat that food, I get food poisons, right? Well, I thought it's good for me. Yeah, because you're so limited, your knowledge is limited, right? I have to start assessing everything. No, many times you assess and you don't figure out that that medicine is good for you. You don't have enough knowledge for that, right? It's the duty that you should have, not necessarily about you find something. Well, I don't feel like praying. Well, first of all, that's from the third category, is your duty. And no one asks if you feel about it or not. Second is that, so you thought you're so knowledgeable from the beginning that you should know everything about salat, and then you feel good about salat, and then you say your salat. So you're so limited, I'm talking about all of us, right? You're so limited insan and human being that you don't know anything around yourself. You don't even know what is good for you, what is not good for you. If they give you candy, you have to read, ingredients. Is it good for me? Maybe it's good for me. It's not good for me. Then how come you see yourself so high, you want to be arrogant? But until I figure out what is the benefit of salat and how I feel about it, I'm not going to pray. Wow, mashallah, so you're very high, right? You're so defined, you're so limited within the frame of this dunya. How can you want to have access to something that is so important from the beginning? We're talking initially, right? Those people who don't want to pray. I'm saying this because some people are looking for excuses. They're looking for excuse to dodge their responsibilities. Well, I don't feel anything, connection towards that ritual. I don't feel towards salat, I don't feel towards fasting, I don't feel towards hijab, I don't feel towards this. Well, first of all, no one looks for your feelings initially. It's a duty, and you have to follow the duty. And I have to tell my children, it's not, sweetheart, about if you pray, your soul is going to fly to the sky. No, it's not about that, absolutely. It's going to be very difficult as well. Would you like to go to school every day at 7 o'clock? No, but you have to. Finally, you figure out how beneficial it is for you, right? It's your duty. So not that youth came to my office And he was telling me he was very nervous. He was, Maulana, I don't feel the salat anymore. Something is wrong with me. Allah doesn't like me anymore. I'm like, why? How did you figure out? I don't feel that connection with salat. Who told you? Or either, parents or someone else or Maulana, give us speeches. You should feel that. No, initially you just have to follow and you should do your duties. So no one can compromise. No one can compromise on this ritual, on this goal. Why is it so important we're talking about it? Because remember I said the other night, one of the codes of Ashura is what? What was that? Salat of Ashura. That Imam Hussein specifically, he put it in front of Ashura, in front of the eyes of everyone. It is important for me. It should be important for you. Amir al-Mu'mineen, when a wise person like Amir al-Mu'mineen, the wisest one in this world after Rasulullah, right? He's going to give his will. He's giving his will, right? Wasiyah. Definitely this wasiyah. Imagine right now you look for the wasiyah and the will of very knowledgeable scholar. This is opportunity for you to read that wasiyah. Amir al-Mu'mineen is giving the wasiyah. What is he saying? Allah bis salat. Make sure you take care of your salat. Although we know that whatever Allah orders us, whatever Allah recommends us, there is 100% benefit in it. That's the farz, this preconditional, we know that. Whatever Allah tells us to do, 100% benefit. Anything you do from this dunya doesn't have 100% benefit. If it has 20%, you should be very happy, right? 100% benefit, we know that. And 100% doesn't have any benefit for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Right? Whose salat has benefit for Allah? So Allah is going to put it in the frame. And my salat, mashallah, that is colorful, right? And He's going to put it on the wall. By the way, this abd of mashallah, myself, we prayed so and so. That his thoughts were everywhere in salat as well, right? Allah doesn't need this. Imagine right now, the whole people of universe, 7 billion or something, right? All of them became, disbelievers and practiced blasphemy. Are they hurting Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Imagine all 7 billion become prophets. Are they going to benefit Allah? No. We're benefiting ourselves. We're helping ourselves. We're hurting ourselves. It's about us. If a baby feels at the beginning, if I feel the connection between me and that medicine, then I'll take that medicine. Otherwise, I don't take it. Is there any connection? No, you take it. This is the taklif. If you want to get better, you have to take that. So please, initially, don't look for any feelings, any connection, any pleasure, none of these things. Only do your recommendations and your salat and your wajibat as you say it. As what? Say it out loud. Out louder. As your duties. You need to do that. It's wajib for you to do that, right? If our parents didn't force us to go to school, remember, all of us, those times that they were waking us, let's go to school. No, just let me sleep today, right? Today means today and tomorrow and the day after that. If they didn't force us to go to school, if they didn't force us to sleep on time, if they didn't force us to do our homework, today we were probably homeless, nothing, right? They forced us. We didn't feel about it. We didn't like it. We didn't assess to find anything good about it. By force, we got a favor. We got a khair from our parents, right? Is there anyone who denies this? Maulana, you said wajib, you said taklif, you said deity. Why are you saying this? Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In qubilat qubila ma sawaha, wa in ruddat rudda ma sawaha. If your salat be accepted at the day of judgment, other things will be accepted. If not, nothing would be accepted. You had 1,000 Hajj with Rasulullah and Amir al-Mu'mineen and whole 14 Ma'asumin together. How about that? And you were crying the whole night, salat, the whole night, dua, joshan and everything. Huh? If you don't pray, nothing will be accepted. Hadith Rasulullah is saying. And if you do it, everything else will be accepted. How is it possible? What do I mean by that? The first thing that they will ask at the day of judgment is salat. Salat has two parts, two juz, ajza. Number one, the first juz and ajza is that you say your salat and your duty is over, done. You say your prayer and no one asks you why you didn't pray. You do your homework. Your teacher cannot tell you why you didn't do homework. It's not about the quality, it's about just doing it. The majority of our salats are in the first category. The second category is the category of qabul and acceptance. Now we're talking about the quality of salat. Now we're talking about inna salata tanha anil fahsha'i wal munkar. The salat would keep you away from corruptions and munkarat and evil. Is the salat that is accepted. The salat that is mi'rajul mu'min, the ascension of mu'min, a believer is salat, is the salat that is accepted. Not Allah, not this salat. But when you pray, you prayed. Two different things, right? I prayed, I did my homework. How did I do my homework? Two things. But إنما يتقبل من المؤمنين من المتقين. The salat is only accepted from righteous people. There is a measurement. Salat became a measure. If you want to see how good your a'mal are, if you want to see your connection with Allah, you have to look at the quality of your salat. Where did we came from? Salat is duty, is taklif. So you cannot dodge it, you cannot dodge this responsibility, and I don't feel anything about this. And many of wajibat the same thing. Many of wajibat the same thing, including hijab. It's not about your feeling, it's about wajib. Fasting. Many people say, I don't want to fast. I'm hungry. It's not about you like it or not. Which is 100% beneficial for you. Hadith. من صلى ركعتين يعلم ما يقول فيهما. Someone who recites, who performs 2 rak'ah salah. Look at this hadith. There is a hidden message I would like you to figure out before I explain. Someone صلى ركعتين, only 2 rak'at. But he or she realizes what they are saying in that salat. In صرف وليس بينه وبين الله ذنب. When he or she finishes the salat, there is no sin between him, her, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. How many rakat of salat? 1,000? No. 500? No. 2 rakat salat. I thought I have to wake up in the middle of the night, 1,000 rakat, so Allah would accept. 2 rakat salat. You realize what you're doing. There's no sin between you and Allah. Not haqqul nas, haqqullah. Between you and Allah, right? There's no sin between you and Allah. Boy, it's so easy. 2 rakat salat, that's it. Bismillah. I'm going to put the challenge. I always say, you know, in social media, the challenges that they have, you know, they put some social challenges for themselves. A spoon of cinnamon, put in your mouth and then try to eat it. Come out of the car and dance while the car is... Who cares? Do a martial act so you can open the bottle of the water, you know, the top of the bottle of water. So who cares if you can do it or not? They're going to give you a trophy. Let's put a challenge from tonight. 2 rakat salat. I'm talking about myself. And you put it for 2 rakat salat. You pray and you try to focus in that 2 rakat salat. Maulana, you're insulting us? You're insulting us. Only 2 rakat? Come back tomorrow and let me know. 2 rakat salat. How many of you guys, you prayed 2 rakat salat al-fajr and the whole 2 rakat you were connected? The hadith says 2 rakat salat. If I can focus on that. Sometimes you say, why it's not working for me? Why I'm praying and this? Well, we are doing our duties, but we're not looking at the quality. The salat that is going to help me is the salat that there is attention. I always say that, and I want to say this again for those who have never heard from me. The majority of mental disabilities, stressors, anxieties, issues, problems, mentally, psychologically, are those issues that you cannot control your mind, all of us. At the moment that you have anxiety and you're having panic attack, is the moment you could not control your mind. You could not order your mind to shut down, to be quiet. I am ordering you. The mind said, you know, sweetheart, I'm not going to listen to you. I'm going to be negative. You lost control over your mind. All agree? When someone becomes negative, depression, automatic negative thoughts come to that person, doesn't even listen, doesn't even ask, can I come? No, he comes. Well, I am in charge of this body. I am 100, 200 pounds. I am telling you, little one, be quiet. And this little brain says, I'm not going to be quiet. I'm going to be negative. Allah said, pray 5 times a day and try to focus in that salat. If you just look from the dunyavi perspective, I'm talking to myself. If you're just talking from the dunyavi perspective, medical perspective, psychological perspective, you just pray 5 times a day, you meditate 5 times a day, and you focus in what you're doing 5 times a day, you have all control over your mind. As soon as your mind wants to be distracted in salat, you take it back. Nope, you're supposed to listen to me and think about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You train this brain, you train this psychology that no, you should listen to me, right? Then imagine if any issue comes to you, you already practice that. Whatever you do, specifically my younger friends, whatever you do not get away from salat. That's the last station between you and Allah. The one who doesn't pray, almost there's no hope in that person. Almost. There's always hope. Whatever you're doing, there might be some people hearing my voice that look at their life, it's not really the way that it's supposed to be. Whatever you do, make sure you pray. I don't even feel about this. Make sure you pray. The quality doesn't matter, just pray. Don't leave that. This is the last station that Shaitan would attack. The last base that Shaitan attacks, and there's nothing after that. Hadith from Anas ibn Malik. He said there was a young man who was praying with Rasulullah. And يَرْتَكِبُ الْفَوَاحِشِ. He was committing fahisha. He was committing corruption, sins, problems, wrong things. They came to Prophet and they said, Rasulullah, that young person who prays behind you, we have different traditions about this. He is a thief. He's stealing from people. He's committing sins from. What should we say? Don't come to masjid anymore. For example, come to us. Don't come to masjid. What kind of salah is that you pray and you go, steal from people? What Rasulullah said? He said, "Inna salatahu tanha yawman ma." His prayer will help him one day. His prayer. That means his connection is still there. Of course, the one who is stealing from others, there's no quality salat, right? It's just that little bit of connection that is left. Rasulullah said, فَقَالَ إِنَّ صَلَاتَهُ لَيْلَةً. The salat will take him back to us, will come back. Rasulullah asked, so he prays? Yes. Okay, the salat will help him. So don't look to see if your parents are telling you to pray, if your parents waking you up to pray. Make sure you make that relationship with salat, the feeling, that the connection with salat, all of us. Make sure you make that relationship with salat. But Maulana, I don't even feel it. Well, I know, sweetheart, but let me ask you a question. Who is your closest friend right now? Bring it to your mind. The closest friend or the one you trust so much. All right. So the first day that you meet her, the first day that you met her, the first day that you met him, as soon as you saw that person, you hugged, oh my God, I found the love of my life, or you're my closest friend in the world. If you do to someone that says, excuse me, you're so freaking out, right? What's going on with this? No. You don't get close to someone so close and immediately after you met them, right? What do? You tell me. You spend time with each other. Go back and forth. You see benefit from that person. You benefit that person. You see benefits. It's a relationship, right? It's a relationship. Then every day you see that person is helping you. Is a nice person. Is a nice person. Then you get closer and closer to that person. This is about salat. You need to spend time with it. Why we're talking about this? This is one of those things that the enemy's false beliefs, they want to attack. The false beliefs comes. It's not about your rituals. It's not about your pray. It's about your heart. I actually heard someone said, since I stopped praying, I feel closer to God. Look at that. Since I stopped praying, I feel closer to God. Since I'm not studying, I feel I'm more educated. Since I abandoned doing anything, going to the gym, I feel actually I can be a champion. You're talking about contradiction. So Allah said you have to pray. If you don't pray, I don't accept anything else from you. And then you say, since I quit it, I feel close to Him. It's like you tell someone, if you want, it's from His side as well. In your dunya relationship, it's you and that person, right? You reciprocate, you benefit each other. Although in the relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it's all one-sided that He's benefiting us, but at least we have to listen to that person, see what he says, what he wants. That it's all our benefit, not his benefits. If you figure this out, then you will wake up and you pray without anyone calls you. I have a proof for you. Those people who were in love with Salat and they didn't leave Salat no matter what. No matter what. Number one, Imam Hussein. Second, who knows the second example from Ashura? After Imam Hussein, one of the students of Imam Hussein. It was a lady. She was a lady. Who was it? Seyed Zainab Sallallahu. At night, second code of Ashura. We have to decode these codes. Everybody can hear me over there? Yeah. At night, 72 people were beheaded in front of her. Only 17 members of her own family members, including 2 sons, were beheaded in front of her. Their body has no energy to stand up. She's done physically. She cannot stand up to pray. She sits down and prays. Salat al-Layl. Salat al-Layl. I'm not talking about Salat al-Wajib. She should have enjoyed that a lot. That she was getting energy from that connection. You try to be sincere with Salah, Salah will benefit you. Salah will benefit you. Amir al-Mu'mineen, third quote from another example. Amir al-Mu'mineen in Siffin, war, Siffin. In the middle of the war. In the middle of the war. What is a war? You're fighting with someone, they're trying to kill you, right? Ibn Abbas said that I saw Ali keeps looking at the sky. So anything is going to come down. He says, Ya Ibn Abu Talib, what are you looking for? Why you keep looking at the sky? I'm looking to see if there is the time of azan yet or not. You're fighting and you look at the sky as well to see if it's the time of azan to pray. Isn't it strange? Someone says it's not becoming qaza yet. Ibn Abbas said, Ibn Talib, it's not, the salat is not becoming qaza. Maybe you miss Awwal Waqt, but it's not going to cut Qaza. It's the beginning of Salat, huh? Amir al-Mu'minin, he didn't say, I'm going to look, make sure the Salat is not become Qaza. He said, I'm going to make sure that is the time of Azan or not yet for Salat Awwal Waqt, in the middle of the war. Huh. He said, but there's still time. Amir said, Ibn Abbas, إِنَّمَا قَاتَلْنَاهُمْ عَلَى الصَّلَاةِ. We were fighting with them because of this Salat. There's no reason to fight with them. Muawiyah and Bani Umayyah, they want to put Salat down. They want to remove the name of Allah and Ahlul Bayt. We're fighting with them with Salat, about Salat. You're saying that you don't pray on time? What did you say? Muawiyah wanted to remove the name of... Yeah. Yes. We have history saying that Muawiyah, one of his closest friends, he was always coming and seeing him, friends, close friends. One night he came from the palace of Muawiyah to his house. His son is narrating, my father was so upset. I said, what happened, father? He says, this mal'oon Muawiyah, this cursed one, he's breaking all the boundaries. Why? He said, I was in his palace, the voice of Azan was there. It was saying, Allahu Akbar, ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. Then Muawiyah said to his friends, close friends, I cannot wait to remove the name of this guy from Azan. Why the name of Bani Hashim should be in Azan and not our name? What do you expect from his son? What do you expect from his son? His father Abu Sufyan, 50 years. Look at this. Since the beginning of Islam, right? Until the victory of Mecca, the father of Abu Muawiyah, Abu Sufyan, and himself Muawiyah, they tried to kill Rasulullah. They didn't do? The history is saying 23 years they tried to kill Rasulullah. When it came to the moment that they saw there's no hope anymore, by force they converted to Islam. Which 50 years after the demise of Rasulullah, when they took the power, they killed who? Seyed al-Shabab Ahl al-Jannah, Imam Hassan, Imam Hussein as well. These people. Have to talk. These are history. This is not Shia history. This is Sunni history as well. Specifically, the majority of history of Islam is from Ahl al-Sunnah. Tariq, Tabari, Tariq. All from Ahl al-Sunnah. That Yazid one day comes, I will talk inshallah another speech about this. It's not the topic of tonight. He was, reciting poetry very well. He was composing poetry and poems. He came and says, لعبت حاشم بالملك فلا خبر جاء ولا وحي نزل. Hashim means Rasulullah. He played with power. Na'uz billah. He played with power. There's no khabar, there's no news, there's no heaven, there's no hell, nothing is all lie. Khalifatu Rasulillah, Yazid ibn Muawiyah. From the source of Ahl Sunnah I'm narrating for you. Don't think that Kulayni said that, no. Well, what do you expect from someone who kills innocent people? Not only Imam Hussein al-Ahl Bayt in Karbala, he kills the Ashab of Rasulullah in Medina, in Waqa Harra, that I told you, 3 days. The money and the life and the women of Mu'mineen is Muslimin, all halal for the army of Yazid. And he came and he burned Kaaba. What do you expect? Of course there should be someone that is like this. Do you think they want salat to be performed? They want to remove these things. Amir says, we're fighting with them because of this salat. Salawat ala Muhammad wa Muhammad. Imagine in this world, us human beings, we're so small. Right now, zoom out. From here, higher and higher. Go to the whole globe, go higher, go to the whole world and the universe if you can. You see, sometimes you zoom out the map. Us in the middle of the world, nature is so small. We have nothing to present. We need something to give us glory. We need something so we can be someone, something in this universe, right? Where that nur comes from. What can we do? What should we do so we get that glory? To be shining in front, in the middle of all these beautiful things around us. Salat will give you that glory that you're looking for. Why? Because you get connected to the source of beauty and glory, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Imagine, Ali Amir al-Mu'mineen, when he was praying, they pull out what? An arrow from his foot. Do you know what that means? Arrow is like this, right? When it goes in, if you want to pull it out, it rips everything off with itself to come out. All the flesh and everything with itself. It's very painful. That's what's coming out. How much he was disconnected from this world that when he was praying, they said if you want to take it out, when he was praying. There's only one reason that he's disconnected from the feelings of this dunya. Otherwise, he's a human being. He has a body, right? He's not an angel. He's higher than an angel, of course, but he doesn't have the, he has this physical body. If it cuts, he feel hurt. He feel, pain. There's one way to justify that there's no connection between when he prays with this dunya. It's all this connection. And he said in his dua as well, in his ziyarah as well. Allahumma hab lana kamal al-inqita' give us the absolute devotion, Ya Allah. Absolute devotion no one can feel except Amir al-Mu'minin Ahlul Bayt. Rasulullah. All your amal depends on your salat. That's why I'm not saying that. Are you hearing me? I'm not telling you guys to pray. I'm telling that we have to pray on time. I feel so ashamed to disrespect the azadar of Imam al-Hussein to tell them that we have to pray. It's like I tell you guys, brothers and sisters, don't lie. You're going to come back to see why you're insulting us. It's like I come back to you in one of my lectures, it says, brothers and sisters, we shouldn't do qaybah, backbiting. Astaghfirullah. It's like you go to university and says 2 times 2, and you're waiting them to say, everyone get upset. You do the same thing in the first grade. Oh, can I say it? Can I say it? It's an insult to you if I say salat. I have to go higher. How many years you coming to the Majlis of Imam Hussein? Tell me. When are we going to go next level? When am I going to see that the code of Ashura was the salat awwal waqt of Imam Hussein alayhi salatu wassalam, right? So when I go to work, I wouldn't say that, well, can I pray right now while I'm working and in front of others? Well, I have a quote from Ashura. If I'm at a school, I'm not looking to see if I miss my salat, when I can do. No. I'm looking for how can I set my class to say my salat on time. On time. But you know that, Maulana, you're making it difficult for us. 2 times 2, everyone knows. No pain, which is not pain, it's all joy. It's all joy. Let me go now to the next level. All right, thank you so much for telling it's a duty, and then we have to work on the quality, and now help us, how can we add into the feeling of salat? How about that? How can we have the feeling now? I'm fast forwarding. Ayatollah Bahjat rahmatullah said, there are 2 conditions that you need to observe, external and internal. The external condition for salat, which is out of the salat, internal, which is inside the salat. External one is that you keep yourself away from sins and haram as much as possible. No matter if you pray on time or however, if you put hijab between yourself and Allah, it will affect you and your ibadat. As much as possible. I'm not saying become ma'soom. As much as possible. At least don't do things purposely, intentionally. How about that? When it comes to haram, at least intentionally don't do that. Do our best to get away from them. So we don't have hijab between us. Then Ayatollah was just a second thing, is internal condition. You make a hisar, a fence around yourself in salat by having a good niyyah in salat. A good niyyah. and you want to pray, you ask Allah, Allah, you help me to have a good salat with you. He said, he had another recommendation, very interesting. He said, before salat, do tawassul to Imam of Asr and ask him to help you. Be more focused in salat. Say something, I don't know if you can get it or not. Inshallah, you'll get it. If you want to have a better feeling in your daily salat, start saying Salat al-Layl. Huh? What do you mean? When we're talking about the 5 times pray, you say Salat al-Layl? Start waking up in the middle of the night. You might be half asleep. Pray. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Keep being a stubborn in this good path. Keep doing it. Then you come back to me and you tell me how do you feel about your daily salat. That's interesting. We thought Salat al-Layl is for those people who are so up there. Yes, it is. Very mu'min. Yes, it is for those who have tawfiq. At least we can pretend. If I'm not good, I can pretend I'm good in front of Allah, can I? If I'm not good, I can wish I can be good. Huh? Huh? It's physical. I'm not saying say Salat al-Layl with crying and Joshan Kabir in your qulub. I'm saying just wake up physically, physical action. Pray and wake up and pray. Huh. It's interesting. Have you ever heard about this? If I want to add into the quality of my daily salat, I pray Salat al-Layl. I give you one reason. You know why? The first thing you want to say in salat, the first thing you prove to Allah in your salat, what is it? You want to talk to Allah, you want to show to Allah, Ya Allah, I am humble in front of you. I am obedient. I am not a rebel. I'm here. I'm listening to you. You said you have to come, I came. Second, you want to be against shaitan. Shaitan wants to keep taking you away physically, away from salat. You keep attaching yourself physically into salat. You keep go against shaitan and nafs and ego. How about that? It's a fight. It's a battlefield. You keep go back and forth. How interesting, how beautiful it is. Let me do a little bit of tafsir of salat and we'll finish with this, inshallah. Have you thought about how beautiful, how artistic is the performance of your salat? I'm going to say 2 rakah salat. Well, first you have to stand up. If you can't pray while standing, it's batil if you sit down. Well, we know hikmah and wisdom and reason is behind this. You have to stand up and you have to say whatever you want to say. That's number 1. How many of you guys started thinking about why should I stand up? Have you thought about the whole performance of salat? Standing up, going to ruku, going to sajda, standing up, having qunut. How beautiful is this whole process? Well, you stand up. It's mandatory to stand up. You stand up. You're telling Allah, I'm standing in front of you. You say Allahu Akbar. You say, Ya Allah, in front of the greatest in both world, in the whole universe. You said, I am praying by the name of you, the greatest one. I'm going to perform ibadah for the greatest one, my master in this world, who created everything. I'm going to give a very bad example. Imagine you have a close friend who is the most important one in this dunya, from dunyavi perspective. How proud of yourself you are. You say, Allahu Akbar. I'm praying, you are the greatest one, and I'm standing, and I'm telling you, I'm entering this zone, and I am telling you, I'm ready by standing up. Standing is the status of what? Readiness. I'm ready to go against the ignorance. I'm ready to go against the illegitimate desires. I'm ready to go against arrogance. I'm fully ready to go against anything illegitimate that you don't want. I'm all ready. Don't you feel, you should feel safe? When you say the greatest one, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you're entering the zone of the greatest one, the one who knows everything, the one who is have the most mercy, who is the most knowledgeable, who is the kindest, who is the most generous. Don't you feel so safe? I'm entering the zone of this person. How lucky, and I shouldn't say luck, how blessed I am that He gave me these blessings that I can talk to Him. After salat, what is mustahab? 2 sajdah, 3 times, or 1 sajdah shukr. Say alhamdulillah and sajdah shukr. You do sajdah shukr, means you appreciate Allah for giving you tawfiq that you could talk to Him. Imagine your friend says, you spend time with your friends and then you call him, thank you so much for letting me spend time with you. You start your salat, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of the most beautiful, the most compassionate, the most merciful, the one who is the whole love. You start your salat with all love and compassion and beauty and mercy. How amazing. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Thanks to you, the Master of the whole universe. Wow. You're composing a beautiful poetry when you pray with Allah. You want to go read romantic books, movies? This is whole romance. Look at this close relationship. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. So merciful. Malik Yawmiddin. Everything belongs to you. Iyyaka na'budu. You are my love. If I want help, I come to you. If I need help, I come to you. If I want to pray and praise anyone, it's just you. I don't find anyone more beautiful than you. So you help me to always be in your path because I love you. The path of all those who found your love. Not the path of those who were against your love, those who have never tasted love. No, I want the path of those who were in love with you. Beautiful. You are adding the glory of Allah, the greatness of Allah, the power of Allah next to compassion and mercy and love with Allah. How beautiful story is this here? 5 times a day, 10 times, 2 times each salat, at least you pray, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Rahman Rahim. You're in this love, you're connected with them. Then you go to ruku. What do you do in ruku? You know I'm humble in front of you. I have no arrogance in front of you. If there's only one should be praised, it's oh, you're beautiful. If there's only one that I should praise and should be humble in front of Him, it's you, Allah. Respect and practice and practice. And you're going down. You're practicing. The person who was all upright, now in front of you, I'm going down. And I'm getting ready to be in the surface of the ground in front of you. Nothing. Then you go to sajda. According to our riwayat, the most beautiful manifestation of worship is sajda. Allah loves to see His abd in sajda. Have you thought about this? You put the most respected part of your body on the earth. You see Allah? You see how much I love you? Love between me and you. You see, Shaitan wants to come to me and tell me, hey, don't do that. He doesn't know how much I feel love towards. Well, you started from a duty and you're finishing with all this. It's Muharam and Ashura. Don't ask me. Ashura is fast forward everything in Ashura. You see me, Allah, I'm putting the most beautiful parts of my body on the ground for you. I'm nothing in front of you. I'm all faqir in front of you. I'm all in need in front of you. One of the titles of Amir al-Mu'minin is what? Abu Turab. Always underground. If they wanted to find Ali, they were looking for him in sajda in the gardens that he was making all the time. The more you go down, the more you go to sajda, the higher he will take you. You put yourself down in front of me, I will elevate you. I'll take your hand, I'll bring you up. Look for those people who were going down more and more in front of Allah. Rasulullah, Ahlul Bayt. The more you go down, the more He brings you up. Allah usually does all contradictions, by the way. The more you humiliate yourself in front of Allah and say it's all faqr in front of you, the more He elevates you. You go back, you stand up, second rak'ah, in the middle of the beautiful connection and communication with Allah, you raise your hand for qunut. Allah says, tell me, sweetheart, what do you want now? Oh Allah, I can't wait. Let me enjoy my connection and communication with you. I can wait. After salat, I tell you what I want. Oh, I will be in the middle of the day. Any hajat you have now. Rabbana. Say it with me. Rabbana. Atina. And louder. Once again. All together. Rabbana. Atina. Fid dunya. How beautiful. Could you feel it? Should we say it one more time? I want to say it, but I want you to feel it. Let's do it. Rabbana atina fid dunya. Oh God, because I'm talking to you, I want all the goodness that you can find in dunya and akhirah. Well, you were saying that this is just a duty. Yeah. But it's a beautiful deed. Ya Allah, atina, give us hasana and goodness in dunya, in akhirah. Keep me away from. And Allah says, keep asking and keep asking. The more you ask, He said, okay, take it. The more you ask, what else? The more you ask, what else? Okay, no. Why should we raise our hand? Imagine a faqir, a poor person comes to you, knock on the door of your house. He or she put his head down. Just do this. Can you interpret it for me? Does he have to talk? Does he have to give you a lecture? Does he have to compose anything? No. You see, it's empty. You have, I don't have, you give it to me. Those who don't have qunut, they're missing the big things, right? Let's pray for them. Then inshallah Allah give this pleasure and this beauty to everyone, all Muslimin. Because there were always some people they wanted to bring false beliefs. They wanted to say, you should pray that the way that I am saying, not the way that Rasulullah said. Yeah, he said 2 things are halal and I'm going to make them haram. In the position of Khalifa Rasulullah. What did you start your salat with? We just prayed together, by the way. Have you noticed? We're still praying together. What did you start your salat with? Allahu Akbar. You're so great. What are you finishing with? Salam from him to you. Salam, my salam to you, my abd, my servant. Salam alaikum. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Salam to you. You come to my territory, I follow you and help you. I say farewell with you with this
Salam of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Dua Masjid al-Kufr is this, and Allahumma anta salam wa minka salam fa ilayki yarji'u wa ya'udu salam. You are Lord Salam. Salam is what? Peace. Now I understand a little bit why Ahlul Bayt they didn't want to finish Salat. Why they were so in love with this Salat. Abu Thumami al-Sa'idi, I finished my lecture with this. Abu Thumami al-Sa'idi is one of the companion and soldiers of Imam Hussein. He said in Ashura, I came to Imam Hussein and I told him, Yabna Rasulullah, it's Salat time. The only time in Ashura Imam Hussein smiled was that time. Thank you so much for letting us know it's the time of Salat. May Allah bless you. May Allah make you among the people of Salat.